In 1776, the United States had about 2.5 million people. No railroads, no electricity. 250 years later, it became the most powerful economy on Earth. The real question isn't how big it became. The question is how it happened so fast. Around the time of the American Revolution, the 13 colonies held roughly 2.5 million people. Not 20 million, not 10. 2.5. The largest city was Philadelphia, population around 40,000. 40,000. That's smaller than a modern suburb. No railroads, no electric grid, no skyscrapers. Just farms, a handful of ports, and muddy roads running between towns. Now jump forward 250 years. The United States holds more than 340 million people, and an economy worth something close to $30 trillion. That's the scale, but scale isn't really the strange part. The strange part is the timeline. Empires usually grow slowly, really slowly. The Roman Empire expanded for nearly 500 years before reaching its largest borders. 5 centuries. At its height, Rome governed around 60 million people. The British Empire took about 300 years to dominate global trade. 3 centuries. The United States did something different. It moved from coastal settlements to continental power in roughly 150 years. That's where the timeline starts feeling unusual. At independence, the entire population of the United States was about 2.5 million. Today, it's roughly 340 million. That's more than 130 times larger, and New York City alone holds over 8 million residents. One city bigger than the entire country in the 18th century. Take a moment and picture that. In 1803, the young republic made one of the most consequential purchases in its history. The Louisiana Purchase. The United States acquired about 828,000 square miles from France. Price, $15 million, about 4 cents per acre. 4 cents. That land would eventually form all or part of 15 states. By 2020, those states held around 72 million Americans. One purchase, and the country suddenly doubled overnight. Railroads changed everything. In 1865, the United States had about 35,000 miles of railroad track. That already sounds large. But then the network exploded. By 1916, America had built around 254,000 miles of rail. More than 200,000 miles added in about 50 years. One of the defining projects was the first transcontinental railroad. Steel rails, linking the Atlantic economy to the Pacific coast. A continent stitched together with iron. That scale is difficult to imagine today. The American timeline was not smooth. There were moments when the country nearly broke apart. The Civil War, more than 1 million casualties. Then the Great Depression. Banks closing, factories silent, millions unemployed. Then another shock, World War II. And here, the story takes a strange turn. The wars that destroyed factories in Europe ended up filling factories in America. By 1945, the United States produced close to half of the world's industrial output. That reversal is one of the strangest patterns in modern history. In 1776, the night sky was dark. Homes were lit by candles. A century later, electricity began spreading across American cities. One symbol of that transformation was Hoover Dam. Concrete placement finished in 1935. The project completed in 1936. About 21,000 workers helped build it, and the dam required around 3.25 million cubic yards of concrete, enough concrete to build a highway from New York to San Francisco. In the late 18th century, America was mostly a farming small towns, local trade, manual labor. Today, the United States produces around $30 trillion in economic output each year, roughly 1/4 of the global economy. Much of that financial system flows through places like Wall Street. Put the numbers and some. This story is not only about size, it's about speed. From frontier farms to mega cities, from candles to satellites, from 13 fragile states to a global superpower. All in about 4 generations. In the long arc of history, that is incredibly fast. In 1776, the United States was an experiment, a coastal republic small enough to imagine. 250 years later, that experiment became a continental system of cities, railroads, power grids, and financial networks. Maybe the explanation is simple: land, resources, immigration, industry. Those things matter, but even after you say all that, the speed still sits there. And maybe that's the real question behind America's first 250 years.